In this episode of Mountain Bike Chronicles, we're in Les Deux Alpes, France for the Crankworx Slopestyle presented by IXS Event. The two current best riders on tour, Sam Pilgrim and Sam Reynolds, as well as both hailing from the UK, they also have a shared affinity towards messing around. We take a behind-the-scene look at the hottest mountain bike film out there, Where the Trail Ends. All this and more on Mountain Bike Chronicles. Despite their shared country of birth, neither Sam Pilgrim nor Sam Reynolds saw much of each other on their way up the ranks of the FMB World Tour.
No, we didn't really hang out because I did like contests in Europe for ages and he did the ones in England and I never did them, so didn't hang out with him. And then...
maybe in the last 2 years, probably.
Yeah, and he started coming to the real event, and that's when we got to hang out.
Nowadays, they meet far more frequently on the contest podiums on tour and share a passion for partying hard and messing around.
Yeah, what can you say about the Sams? I have no idea how they can keep on going like that for 24 hours. Yeah, I would get a heart attack pretty soon. But good guys, really funny to hang around with.
These guys are like my best friend in the whole scene. We always hang out together. They are so fun. I love them. I love these guys. They are a bit like kids, you know, because they always like playing with fireworks.
Here we are, cooking bombs, also known as the aerial assault.
The 22-year-old Pilgrim has already enjoyed great success on tour, something that has only become normal for Reynolds this year as he has made something of a breakthrough in competitions. In summer, the famous ski resort of Les Deux Alpes turns into a mountain bike mecca as hordes of fans await their free-ride idols. Greg Watts only recently came back on the scene and is eager to prove he still has what it takes to beat the best on tour. The trick machine has rekindled some of the old spark and lands a decent run to clinch 6th place. French fans have every reason to celebrate as wildcard rider Thomas Lemaine emphatically stakes his claim among the world's best with a solid run. His final jump backflip is enough for the judges to award him 5th place. Cameron Zink, who finished second last year in the overall rankings, has had a difficult year so far. With plenty of events left and the top 6 results counting for the overall rankings, he still has time to catch his rivals. Zink fails to land a backflip and ultimately settles for 15th place. The Sams have been leading the FMB standings this year, something Reynolds is not used to.
I'd never really thought about riding a career. It was always just like a temporary thing to travel around, but then obviously I got my new sponsors, Polygon and stuff, so now it could be a bit of a career, so I thought I'd actually try. I practiced hard over the winter.
Reynolds' decision to focus on a serious winter training program took him to Indonesia to the Polygon Bike Factory. Together with Yannick Granieri, he used the unusual training opportunities to learn tricks and produce photos.
When we first got here, our tour guide told us about this spot up by the beach that he thinks we should build something there. He showed us, and straight away, you know, we thought this could make some incredible photos. It looks amazing, so I'm sure it's going to be fun.
In the idyllic alpine village of Les Deux Alpes, the competition is nearing the business end of things. The course designer Yannick Granieri is eager to showcase his array of skills and lands a solid flip whip. slight wobble on his run, however, can only gain him 4th place. Sam Pilgrim has big plans. He starts off with his trademark solidity and flair. After landing 2 backflips off the road gap in training, he attempts the same in competition, but slips off his hand grip and bails hard into the dirt. Fortunately, he escapes with a few grazes and a dizzy head. Fellow British rider and Tour joker Sam Reynolds also had a nasty fall earlier in the day. During the best trick contest, he overshoots the landing after a double backflip attempt and falls hard on his back. He's taken away by paramedics and straight to the hospital, but will ultimately have to miss the rest of the season. Competing under the highest pressure causes some athletes to rise and others to fall.
Guys that win contests aren't necessarily the best riders kind of thing, but you just need to put together a run. Because as well, you have to wait at the top for like an hour without practicing, and then you have to do all these tricks in one go. In practice, you're scared of maybe trying a trick because you might hurt yourself.
Good example is actually Bergline, because that was like such a scary course that I think we both rode like 5 actual laps of the whole course before it started because we didn't want to ride it.
But then the second you're like sat at the top and they call your name or whatever, you're only scared, well, for me anyway, I'm only scared of not finishing and doing bad. There's like almost nothing that crosses my mind about getting hurt.
So now we're looking at Sam Reynolds, very good.
I didn't want to double flip that massive jump, but then Yannick was at the top and he was just like, yeah, just send it. And I was like, yeah, you know what, I'm just going to do it. And then just went straight forward, so I had no time to be nervous about it or even think about it.
Taking risks is something that has yielded great rewards for Sam Reynolds this year, such as Red Bull Bergline this year.
Sam Pilgrim from the UK.
Even Sam Pilgrim has been rewarded for his efforts. In Nuremberg last year, he celebrated his greatest victory. The Sams will surely be in the upper tiers of the sport for years to come. Working amidst beautiful landscapes and the strongest downhill riders in the world, Canadian film crew Freeride Entertainment is currently shooting its most ambitious project to date. For their newest movie, Where the Trail Ends, they have traveled 3 continents, testing the limits of bikes and filmmaking.
My name is Brad McGregor. I'm the director of photography for Where the Trail Ends. On this project, we really wanted to bring out the raw emotion and take you on a bit of a journey. We've been doing a 2-year project. That's been pretty enduring. We've traveled the world and back again.
You're getting worked from sun up to sundown for 20 days straight without a break. The high elevation, the sun beating down on you, either you're super hot or you're super cold. There's no in between. Trying to stay focused and stay committed, and it's tough.
Jared, what's in your lap?
Everything. 2 terabytes of all the footage we have from the last 3 weeks. Just traveling like this the whole way.
You know, for me, exploring really, it's fun. It's just another part of the game, and it's that's what just keeps you going. Is what's over there, what's over there, and it's pretty cool to be able to come out to the landscapes like this and scope out these zones, and it takes a little bit of time to realize, okay, yeah, that's rideable, that's not rideable. You know, a few years coming into these landscapes and trying things out, and sometimes they work and sometimes they don't, but this is kind of the trials and the tribulations of making a big trip happen.
In Les Deux Alpes, the fans are waiting for the last riders. Martin Soderstrom of Sweden does not disappoint and completes a solid flowing run. His trademark double tail whip at the end books him a place on the podium. 3rd place for Martin. Lesser-known Frenchman Léo Delfour-Barsac causes the biggest upset of the day. Despite being a wild card at the start of the contest, he ensures his name in the books as he nails a near-perfect run to claim second place. The attention now turns to last year's FMB overall champion Brandon Semenuk. The young Canadian shows all of his class and skill to breeze through the course and win his second event in a row.
But it's so sketchy because it's this like hip, so you're like corking off a step down, which is so unnatural, and you're trying to get traction right after, and it's like hard braking. And yeah, after watching Sam do it the second time, it was like pretty scary just because he was so close to having a good crash.
After the Crankworx slopestyle event, Sam Pilgrim still leads the FMB World Tour rankings, followed by Thomas Gainon and Martin Soderstrom. In the next edition of Mountain Bike Chronicles, we follow the FMB Tour to the United States. The fight for the FMB title rages on at the Claymore Challenge. Germany's Amir Kabani will be one rider looking to score well in New Hampshire. All this and more on the next edition of Mountain Bike Chronicles.